Итак, всем привет, дорогие зрители и подписчики, вы на канале Кунхракус. Меня зовут Егор, мы продолжаем играть в Genshin Impact. Я все еще, я записываю в тот же день, что и предыдущую серию. Я записываю, как вы помните, сразу по несколько серий. Вот, и, как вы помните, я приболел, поэтому сегодня без вебки, минимум разговоров, максимум геймплея. Вот. Как-то так. Ну и постараюсь по максимуму сюжет как-то проходить. Не знаю, что из этого получится, но как бы сюжет я стараюсь сейчас пройти побыстрее. С учетом того, что сюжетки, они затянутые, диалоги все эти затянутые и прочее, прочее.
Just who I was hoping to see. I was just thinking to myself, gentry mouth-sized thugs have been mysteriously absent for a while now. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Oh, don't worry. You won't be hearing from them again.
Oh? What happened?
Правильно, ни хрена им говорить. Давай-ка ляпись сюда.
Oh, I see now. You're in this trade too. So you're trying to beat him to the post, eh? Appearances can be deceiving, that's for sure. But I don't care who you are. A discount of 70% is simply impossible. The maximum I can do is 40% off, and even then I'm only breaking even.
Слушай, у тебя про скидку вообще никто не просил. Ну.
You mean you're not trying to force the price
А зачем? Че ты разгоняешь там сразу?
What's going on? If I died and gone to heaven? I can't believe it. I will make a profit on this batch after all. But gentry mouth-sized thugs could still come back after I've sold it.
Уже не придется тогда.
If Paimon told you they're not gonna bother you again, then you'd better believe they're not gonna bother you again.
Huh. Okay then. My situation can hardly get worse from here in any case. But tell me, what on earth do you plan to do with so much core lapis?
Actually, it's for a commission. Can't go into too much detail.
Thank you. Thank you a million times over. I really don't know what to say.
Good people always get what's coming to them in the end. And so will the nasty people. Anyway, let's get going, because apparently we have a show to watch at the Feiyun Commerce Guild's warehouse.
Так, ну что, все. На этом у нас. Бежим сдавать. Да, я так правильно понимаю, да? Или что? Или еще у кого-то забрать надо? Подожди. Нет, кто в Манштате самый сильный, нам не надо. Нам надо вот это, бескорыстный рыцарь. Ага. Ага. Ну вот, мы почти долетели, добежали. По дороге открыли еще один, вон там, телепорт. Чтобы, если что, потом иметь дополнительную возможность передвигаться, перемещаться. И, собственно, приземляемся.
Welcome. The final act in this drama would not be complete without you two here as audience.
You better believe it. We're the ones who've been doing all the work. What exactly have you been doing all this time?
Well, naturally, I used the time to immerse myself completely in Legend of the Shattered Halberd. I managed to finish the book off, and I enjoyed every minute of
Мы
it.
за тебя безумно рады.
Divine Halberd, an ominous sword, Mir and Wei Yang. The way the story develops across the first 5 volumes, nothing short of exemplary. But the 6th volume? Words fail me. How blessed we are to have such an author grace our world with such works.
And this is related to Gentry Moutsai. How?
It's not. But when something surpasses expectations to such a degree, one must show one's appreciation. And it is thanks to your help that everything will play out just as I had foreseen.
Why does Paimon have to be the only one who doesn't get what's going on? No fair. So go on then, tell me, what are we doing here? And what's this big dramatic showdown thing that's supposed to happen?
Think about it. Gentry Moutsai goes searching for core lapis all over Liyue Harbor, and he doesn't find a single piece. He panics. Without the goods, he can't fulfill his contract. And if he can't fulfill his contract, he can't stay in good standing with the Fatui. He hears a rumor that the Feiyun Commerce Guild is the culprit. Panic turns to disbelief. Gentry Moutsai is a hugely powerful figure in the business world. Never has anyone dared to target him like this. So regardless of whether it is revenge or a swift resolution that he seeks, he is certain to...
So it was you! You were the one sticking your necks
Кажется,
out for
нам
Chang the Knight.
придется сейчас трындеться, придется
Speak of the
драться.
devil.
I went everywhere trying to find someone selling core lapis before I realized the Feiyun Commerce Guild had been on an acquisition spree. Core lapis is hardly a rare mineral, and yet suddenly the stocks dry up, just like that. Explain yourselves. What is the meaning of this persecution?
We are not persecuting you, but protecting another, one to whom I am indebted. Upon witnessing an injustice, it is a perfectly normal response to rush to the aid of he who has been wronged. Was it not one of your own men who said, "This isn't over"?
You clearly don't know what's good for you. I won't beat around the bush.
Ну давай, расскажи.
Master, if you please, seize their core lapis.
Ой,
Rain outlines your fate. We shall prevail.
Let's nip that in the bud.
Eat this!
Let's keep going, team.
No, my sword. Time to
Что,
act.
все? Где? Куда ты делся? Иди сюда.
Witness the power of Guhua.
Nice and spicy!
Все? Это все, на что ты способен?
Impressive. You are no commoners. To continue this fight would be to
Конечно,
incur
потому что
greater
ты ее
losses than I
не
can
победишь в
accept.
этой битве.
Their strength is almost spent.
Да,
Finish
у
them
меня еще
off.
полно сил, ты
Core
что
lapis is
рассказываешь?
almost within our grasp.
Might I remind you that the Fatui's relationship with you extends to business matters only? I did not lend you my men to have them stir up trouble at your beck and call.
What are you saying? Master, everything I did with only one thing in mind. To complete the order.
Then figure it out by yourself.
Don't go. Wait. Master,
Все.
wait.
Сам-то ты
My
ничего
lord,
не можешь.
What are you doing here? Are you hurt?
Thanks to this valiant young woman, I am unscathed.
My lord?
You? You are the heir of the Feiyun Commerce Guild?
Indeed, my liege. I am Xingqiu, disciple of the Guhua clan and second son of the Feiyun Commerce Guild manager, and I make no secret of it.
Drats! I've been played like a fiddle.
Gentry Moutsai. Coercion and intimidation are hardly the attributes of a respectable businessman. The problems that your business practices have created, I have sought to resolve through mine. I shudder to think what the Fatui will do with you if you fail to provide their core lapis.
You meddling swine. Well, go on. Tell me, what will you sell it for?
Since you asked Chang the Ninth for a discount of 70%, let's fight fire with fire, shall we? 3 times the market rate sounds fair, no?
How dare you subject me to such viciousness? This is a malicious and calculated attempt to run me into the ground.
Deep breaths now. This is a simple decision. Will you buy or not?
Fine. Have it your way. I'll find the money somehow. Happy now? Fine. Have it your way. I'll find the money somehow. Happy now?
On behalf of the Feiyun Commerce Guild, I thank you for your business and hope you will continue to do business with us in future.
You? Funny-speaking, book-reading, guhua geeking Xingqiu are the heir of the Feiyun Commerce Guild? So that massive stash of Mora you let us burn through in a day, that was from your private vault?
'Twas but a paltry sum. I got to make a very sound investment while putting Gentry Moutsai in his place. A classic 2 birds, 1 stone situation. Very droll. My family can always tell me from my handwriting. It's certainly one of my distinguishing features.
Yikes! Paimon's been calling you Guhua Geek this whole time! Paimon read in one of these martial artist novels that when rich heirs like you get angry at someone, you have their arms and legs chopped off!
Ну тебе-то чё? Ты все равно летаешь.
Toast! And sorry, very sorry! Please don't hurt Paimon!
Calm down. Since you can fly, you hardly need your legs anyway.
Save me! Save me! This is not a drill! Repeat, this is not a drill!
Jokes aside, I have the 2 of you to thank for this successful resolution. Really, you were a huge help. Meanwhile, Legend of the Shattered Halberd was positively riveting. Much obliged if you could return it to Chang the Ninth for me. I did nothing, and hence deserve none of his gratitude. The 2 of you, meanwhile, though strangers to the circumstances, stepped in and saved the day. To have made such valiant and chivalrous friends is more than enough for me, my liege.
My lord, forgive the intrusion. It's about your father.
Please inform my father thusly. I have averted a disaster and earned a sizable sum of money in the process. Might this meritorious act compensate for my prior transgressions and earn me a few more days of freedom, perchance? Legend of the Shattered Halberd speaks of a domain that I should very much like to investigate.
For all your clever long words, the fact is you're just a lazy bones who doesn't want to work.
What if I told you that a reward awaits you at Chang the Ninth's palace, and not just his gratitude?
A reward?
Сразу услышала про
Well, that
награду,
sweetens
сразу
the
все
deal
забыла.
somewhat.
It seems whatever I say, there's no persuading you to stay. Oh, I didn't realize you weren't aware.
Thank you in advance for returning the book for me. I will take my leave now. May we meet again, fellow merchants.
Так. Что, надо книжку вернуть, да? Ну, давайте вернем книжку. Так, ну вот я через какую-то пень-колоду, короче, тут через горы, через скалы пробрался. И, наконец-то, мы добрались до Чана 9. Пошел немного не тем путем.
This morning the pawnbroker showed up and gave me back my entire collection. I'm positive that you must have been behind this once again. Please don't say that. You have no idea how much this means. The Chang family was a prestigious household in Liyue back in the day. Unfortunately, after I took over the family's affairs as heir, a series of business setbacks devoured our fortune. Since then, I've saved for years, hoping to restore the house to its former glory. In the end, everything was riding on this Corlapis deal. Were it not for you, this barren wasteland in the mountains would have become my final resting place.
Wow, that's the second heir we've met in this town.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing? Oh, here's your book back.
Wonderful. Legend of the Shattered Halberd. I was beginning to think that Goofwa rascal had swindled me.
Знал бы ты, кто этот юнец из
Down
Гухуа.
on the Guhua clan so much?
Actually, the art is centuries old and was once held in high esteem. But now it has faded beyond recognition. To instigate a revival, you need to inject some fresh blood, but it's hard to attract budding young talent to a dying art. And so it becomes a vicious cycle. In any case, Guhua kids these days. Take that young rascal Xingqiu, for instance. For all his talk about repaying kindness
Лучше
with
тебе сейчас
kindness
не
and
знать об
whatnot,
этом.
what has he done to show for it? You're the ones who've... what does it matter? Anyway, you wanted the Liyue volume of the Teyvat Travel Guide, didn't you? I'll fetch it for you. It's yours to keep. In addition, here is but a small token of appreciation for your huge generosity. My ore is sold, and my treasured books have returned. I can't believe it. What?
Чё?
What was that? Paimon saw something fall out.
Oh, nothing, nothing. That little rascal surely isn't.
Что происходит? Продолжение следует. Ну, где-то продолжение следует, а у нас следует следующее задание. Да? Вот, в Инадзуму. Однако сначала вам нужно придумать, как прорваться сквозь непрекращающийся шторм, что заслоняет путь к островам. Только не говори, что это вот с вот этими, блядь, феечками, как они там, пари, вот с ними надо сейчас задание делать, чтобы, ну, не надо, пожалуйста. Давай не это, я не хочу с ними дело иметь больше. Они какие-то такие прям, блин, они противные, они разговаривают слишком много, у них историй целая куча бесполезных. Так, пока быстренько качнемся. Насколько это возможно. Кто тут у меня еще сильно не качанный? Возвысить тебя можно? Не можно. О, Юньцзинь. Чуть-чуть тоже вкачаем. Уверен, она тоже хлёстком может. Палочкой.
I'll be the ice above.
Кыська. Привет, Кыся. Ацуко, что ты нам расскажешь?
Oh, hello. Oh, I mean good fortune, right? I'm still learning to talk like a local. Is there anything I can help you with?
Ну, нам бы пробраться куда-нибудь.
How do we get into Inazuma?
Oh, so that's why you're here. Well, there is a way,
Great! We came to the right person!
but the chance of success is incredibly small.
Huh. Incredibly small? Then how did you get out of Inazuma in the first place?
It was in leaving Inazuma that I found out just how dangerous this method truly was. All I had to rely on was a little wooden raft that I'd put together myself. There was a storm raging ahead of me, and my pursuers were close on my tail.
Ой, слушай, да мы не через такие передраги прорывались, так что
I
не
floated on the
ссы.
open ocean for I don't know how many days. My rations and fresh water supplies soon ran out, and I remember getting to the point where I was sure I'd reached the end. Then I blacked out. But to my surprise, my journey didn't end there. Or to that's right. I escaped by the skin of my teeth. The fact that I'm even alive to tell the tale must be a sign that the gods were watching over me.
What a horrible journey! And you set off knowing how dangerous it was? Why?
Well, because everything is just too restrictive over there. The atmosphere is so stifling. The Kanjo Commission subjects everyone leaving or entering the nation to a protracted approval process, and I felt like I didn't belong there.
Kanjo Commission? What's that?
Along with the other two commissions, they oversee everything in Inazuma. We usually collectively refer to them as the Tri-Commission. I suppose they're equivalent to the 8 trades under the Liyue Chising. One of the obligations of the Kanjo Commission is to conduct rigorous identity checks on all individuals leaving or entering Inazuma. All non-nationals are processed centrally on Rito upon arrival. Meanwhile, the Tenryo Commission is responsible for implementing the recently promulgated Vision Hunt Decree. They act like the executive arm of the Raiden Shogun's rule, loyal, yet unfeeling. It doesn't feel good to speak ill of my home like this, but after spending so long under that oppressive atmosphere, I begin to lose all hope for the future. What I mean to say is, unless you have an extremely compelling reason to go to Inazuma, you should abandon your plans of trying to get there.
Причина есть. Очень серьезная причина есть.
You should know that the sea around Inazuma is engulfed in a perpetual tempest of wind and rain. Supposing you survived that, you would still need to get past the samurai guards that enforce the Sakoku Decree, the closed nation policy of Inazuma. And even if you did manage to find a way, you'd still have to produce the necessary documentation at the Rito Center for processing Outlanders. Otherwise, you'd be kicked out immediately.
Seems like they really don't want anyone setting foot in Inazuma, huh?
They only set that up as a port to guarantee a supply of goods and information to the island. Most Outlanders would be unable to acquire the documentation needed. But if you really are set on going, there is one thing you could try.
The raft idea sounds a little on the dangerous side.
Ты летать умеешь, зачем тебе плыть на плоту?
That's not what I meant. You could ask someone from the Crux fleet if they have some way of getting you to Inazuma. They're well known in Liyue. Voyaging far and wide has made them a well-traveled group with a wide range of experiences. They may just know how to break through the storm.
You're right. I'm sure Bэй Dou of all people will be able to get us there. Her crew is super strong. But Paimon wonders if she'll be willing to take the risk.
The Alcor is the flagship of the Crux fleet. I heard that it's currently anchored by Guyun's Stone Forest on a supply run. This might be your best chance.
Then there's no time to lose. Let's go find Captain Bэй Dou.
Так, слушай, ну, Бэй Доу нам дали... А, подожди-ка. А у нас... собственно... Погоди. Встретись с Бэй Доу на Алькоре. На Алькоре. Алькор где-то тут, да? То есть нам через... А, все, я понял. Я понял, как это сделать. Сюда мы можем телепортироваться. Все. Сейчас все сделаем. Сейчас, смотри, это быстро делается. Эта же штука на горе? На горе. Нам вот в ту сторону. Поэтому мы сейчас... Оу, фак. Так, нам надо забраться наверх обязательно. Я уверен, тут был какой-то проще способ, да, но я решил пойти сложным путем и... Ава, привет. А идите в пень, трухлявый. Так, ну я надеюсь, что я долечу. А то, что не долечу, доплыву хотя бы. Потому что других вариантов у нас тут особо-то и нет. Так, что ближе будет? Вот это ближе будет. Сторона. А мы вот сейчас на весло запрыгнем. Да? И по веслу пройдем. Весло же не текстурное. О, все, шикарно. Дал как надо делать. Учись. Что случилось? Ну а чё нет-то? То есть, чтобы нам получить информацию, как добраться до Инадзумы, нам надо будет еще для нее что-то сделать, да? Бэй Доу, ну давай ты не будешь такой стервой.
I knew you guys would come.
Paimon?
А ты кто?
What a fascinating being. You two give off not only the essence of wind and earth, but also of... Yes, the stars.
Huh? The fragrance of what now? That's the weirdest compliment Paimon's ever heard.
Pay it no heed. I mean only to say I am certain that it is by fate, not chance alone, that we should meet. And that...
You're not far off, but they go by a different name in Inazuma.
О, так он из Инадзумы.
I prefer other means of entertainment. This young man is Kaidahara Kazuha, a temporary addition to my crew for reasons I won't bore you with. Occasionally he opens his mouth and flowers come out instead of words.
Так. Это нужно запомнить. Это надо выговорить еще для начала, потому что хотя бы все остальные имена были попроще как-то. Каэдехара Кадзуха, блядь. Каэдехара. Да, ребят, имена у вас, конечно, начинаются интересные.
With this fine ship and the soft sea breeze, would it not be romantically irresponsible of me not to acknowledge it with a line or two of poetry?
No, I can't argue with that. Okay then. Once the clash is underway, I'll give you a chance to perform.
Only if the mood takes me, of course. Poetry for poetry's sake tends to lack meaning.
Hey, you don't want to pass this opportunity up too easily, especially seeing as our great hero here might be in attendance.
Да нахрен надо.
Oh, wait a minute. What's the clash? Also, just to clarify, by great hero, do you mean...
Huh? I thought you might be here to sign up. You're telling me you've never even heard of it? The Crux Clash is a martial arts tournament that I hold. There'll be a whole bunch of folks taking part to showcase their talents. There are two important rules. One, competitors must be renowned fighters. We want those with real martial arts ability, not just people taking part for the fun of it.
Походу, чтобы попасть в Инадзуму, нам придется победить всех, да, на этом
I don't think
турнире.
there's anyone out there who hasn't heard of you. Two, you can't take part if you've got a vision. Otherwise, things get a little one-sided.
Да, тут как бы загвоздочком.
You must be feeling confident, but you might want to watch out. There are a few crouching tigers and hidden dragons lurking around in Liyue. And with Liyue's savior taking part in the tournament, now that's gonna turn a few heads. I think we can expect a healthy turnout this time.
И капец, как это будет сложно, да?
Well, before you dismiss the idea completely, you might be interested to hear that the prize this time
Да
round
пофиг
is
на приз,
particularly
отвези нас в
sought after.
Инадзуму просто и все.
Get this. It's a masterless
А что это
vision.
такое?
Supplied by myself, as a matter of fact. If the tournament champion can reawaken that vision.
А зачем он нам, если у нас и так все есть? Ну, Глаза Бога у нас нет, но он нам не нужен.
When a vision bearer dies, the light in their vision will fade away. But the shell that housed that light remains. As for whether this shell has any practical application, well, this remains to be seen. But my intuition tells me that while it remains in the world, it may just be possible for someone else to inherit it.
Yep. And the way I see it, a vision is a badge of recognition from the gods. So if anyone's able to rekindle it, it's gotta be an individual of exceptional strength and talent. Organizing the clash is my way of uncovering hidden talents. And hopefully this time, getting a vision to glow again. So if you don't have a vision, this is the perfect opportunity to get your hands on one of your very own.
Ну да, мне не нужен.
We're interested in getting to Inazuma, not fighting in some tournament.
Inazuma? You
Сейчас
want
скажешь,
to go
что турнир проходит
Well,
в
why didn't you
Инадзуме.
say so? Inazuma? No sweat. In that case, if you win the tournament, I'll give you a choice. Masterless
Ах
vision
ты ж
or a ticket to
собака
Inazuma aboard the
сутулая.
Alcor. Up to you.
You just want her to take part in the
Да-да-да.
What's wrong with that? The more talent we have, the better the tournament will be. I couldn't let a competitor like you fall through the net.
Короче, ты в любом случае отвезешь нас в Инадзуму, даже если я проиграю.
Looks like we pretty much have to do this tournament if we want to.
Great. Then let's get you signed up. Head to the tournament arena in Guyun Stone Forest. Kazuha and I will be over soon.
It seems like it will only be a matter of time before the answer is revealed.
Окей, снова куда-то... А, оно здесь где-то, да? Ну, давай отсюда опять. Сейчас быстренько здесь пробежимся. Много времени, по идее, не займет. Так. Крабик, иди сюда. А, это не здесь, это дальше.
Before we sign up, let's see who the other competitors are.
А может не надо, но вот каждого сейчас слушать начинается.
Hello, are you here to compete in the Crux Clash?
You bet I am. Have you put your names down yet? Well, I'd have a look at the entrance criteria if I were you. Then allow just anyone to take part. The Clash is a comprehensive test of fighting ability. Anyone who turns up for show over skill is gonna get their butt handed to them. Nobody wants to see that, right?
Yeah, we heard a rule about that. So,
Me? Only a former runner-up in the Chihu Rock Freestyle Combat Summit. Oh.
Also, that.
What? You... Nonsense. Have you been living under a rock? It's been going on for years. There were plenty of competitors when not to mention, I've helped the Millilith catch treasure hoarders before. There were 2 of them trying to escape. I soon sorted them out. They tried to sneak past me under the cover of darkness. They didn't know what hit them. I planted a left hook on the skinnier one's face and sent him flying. Then, the big guy pulled out a knife. I stood my ground, of course. A roundhouse kick sent the blade hurtling into a beam above us. I told you. Unarmed, outnumbered 2 to 1, but I still got the upper hand. I'm not saying I came out completely unscathed, of course. But the fact remains that I did manage to subdue the both of them. And hand them over to the Millilith.
But for us, even 4 or 5 treasure hoarders at a time is all in a day's work.
I'll see you in the arena. But I don't plan on losing to a pair of...
Ты кого детьми назвал, слышь? Эти дети тебе там морду начистят, только в путь.
Hi there. Are you here for the Crux Clash?
That's right. Nothing beats real-life combat for honing your skills. But this tournament is more than just a chance to put training into practice. It's also a chance for us to obtain the master.
Exactly. With a vision, we'd quickly become our
This master of yours must be pretty incredible.
Famous. He's the founder of the Ling Shan clan, and his skills are unparalleled. Liang and you probably wouldn't have heard of it. It was founded quite recently. The clan is he's got to be a grand master or something. He's created many different to the Ling Shan clan. He teaches a special technique.
Force disperse
It's a type of breathing exercise where you can train yourself to harness the energy around you. For example, our master can use it to alter the path of an attacking fist. Or
One time, he sent a challenger flying into the air without lifting a finger.
it sure is, but it's extremely difficult to cultivate this ability. We've been training for ages and we're still getting to grips with the very basics.
Это что-то напоминает на технику бесконтактного боя. Знаете, вот эти обманчивые вот эти вот видосы, где там человек одним там взмахом руки просто там валит противника. Вот что-то похожее, короче, здесь рассказывается.
We're clearly not that naturally gifted, or we would have at least gotten the gist by now. If we don't start making progress soon, we'll probably run out of money to pay the tuition
Кому
fees
интересно,
and
вы
still have nothing
погуглите
to show for all our training.
на ютубе прям техника бесконтактного боя. Прям там мастера такое вытворяют. Ну там закачаешься.
There's a tuition fee?
Of course! This is a grand master we're talking about here. He doesn't have time to waste. If you want face-to-face training, you've got to show you're sincere about it.
But here we are, having trained under him directly all this time without even a hint of improvement. Recently, though, we heard that a vision bearer joined the Guhua clan and made pretty much instant progress.
So, if we can get our hands on a vision too, maybe we can finally make our master.
Well, we have to try something new. Otherwise, we're stuck in the same...
Exactly. It can't hurt to try. And if it turns out it does work, the Lingshan clan folks will come from far and wide. Heck, we could even become the dominant martial arts clan in all of Liyue.
See you in the arena.
Увидимся. Кстати, а у вас техника ударом лицом об кулак действует? Если действует, то тут вы, конечно, победите.
Hey, youngster. Are you here for the Crux Clash too? If so, seems I found...
So you're also here for the tournament?
You better believe it. I wouldn't be here if I didn't think I could... For me, obtaining a vision is the final and most important piece in the... No. It's not about what I want to do. This is about who I know how that sounds, but let me explain. I've lived a successful life. I've passed every exam I've ever taken, enjoyed numerous successful business ventures. And in most people's eyes, I am already the very embodiment of the perfect person. Though, of course, I'd never let the praise get to my head. A vision.
You have so much self-confidence.
That's not important. I have a contact in the Crux fleet who was happy to vouch for me. So, they very kindly made special arrangements. I've also brought along a bit of an entourage for moral support. Of course, I also put in a few good days' practice, concentrating mostly on rare and esoteric styles of Kung Fu. I seem to have gained another fan. Don't let my aura overwhelm you, though. You'll need your wits. Now then, if you don't mind, I need to finish my pre-competition routine.
А мне-то дадут подраться самому с ними или нет? Или типа будет просто кат-сцена и такие, а путешественница победила.
So to recap, we're up against an inflated ego, some gullible guys paying way too much for their kung fu classes, and another guy who's just really average. Seems like you've got a pretty good chance of winning this thing. Come on, let's go sign up.
Chinksa Village arm wrestling champion, huh? All right, you're signed up. Next, please. What's your name? Wait, aren't you?
Да.
Did I hear that right?
Is it really them?
Huh? Aren't they a vision bearer, though? Why are they trying...
I have to ask. Aren't you the traveler that helped Liyue fight off that It's really her!
The one that spoke with Lady Kuching at the rite of parting.
Oh, I wonder if I can get her autograph later.
Прям такая
I trust you're
знаменитость.
aware that only those without visions can enter the tournament.
У нас нет Глаза Бога, все верно.
Really? But from what I've heard, the things you're capable of in combat are nothing short of extraordinary. You walk into the most dangerous situations imaginable, face off against all sorts of monsters, even the Fatui, and always come out on top.
Yep, she still doesn't have a vision, though. See for yourself.
My apologies. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm sure a great hero like yourself would have no reason to lie.
О,
Can I
блядь.
ask you to provide a
Всё,
few
все
claims to fame?
перечислять? У тебя листков столько
It's just a
есть?
formality for you, of course, but I have to make a record of competitors' achievements as part of the sign-up process.
У тебя бумаги, мне кажется,
So
столько не
far,
будет.
I've got defeated the ancient god Osial, so that's one. Do you have any others?
Yeah, and also a dragon too. Put down battle with storm terror.
Whoa.
Might as well declare her the champion already.
Можно даже не
If
сражаться.
it's too late to withdraw.
Okay, that's plenty.
А чего,
Actually, this is the most
слышь,
dazzling
достаточно.
track record
У
I've
меня
ever
еще там
seen.
достижений целая куча.
By a long shot. Right, your registration is complete. A great hero such as yourself can surely only be here for one thing. To win the
Oh, we're not here for that. We're here because Captain Bэй Dou promised to take us to Inadzumı.
There's another prize too?
Bэй Dou must have upped the stakes this time to attract top.
But why would anyone want to go somewhere as dangerous?
I see. So, I take it you discussed your terms with Bэй Dou in advance then. Well, I'm sure a great hero has an important... Anyway, the qualifying rounds are about to begin. I'll leave...
Hey, so Paimon's thinking about that whole even though you don't have a vision, most people in Tibet think that you can. So Paimon thinks you probably shouldn't use
в
your elemental
смысле?
abilities during the tournament. In any case, looking at the competition, it should still be pretty easy for you to win. All right, it's showtime.
You seem like you're raring to go. Are you ready to compete?
Давай,
Then
ладно.
please follow me into the arena.
Попробуем, конечно, без этого
Our
самого.
next competitor is seen by many as the favorite to win this tournament. Her first bout begins now.
You? You're the hero they're talking about?
Всё?
Strange guy. Why was he so confident to begin with?
Даже ни разу удара не нанес.
Let's go and see Bэй Doу. She'll probably have something to say to us.
I knew I wouldn't regret So, what do you think, Kazuha? She totally dominated that guy and did it with...
Impressive. But I also observed our favorite exercise some restraint.
Well, I fought my fair share of battles, both big and small. So, come on. We all know you've got a wide vocabulary in there. Can't you spare a word or...
All right.
Ой, давайте без этого,
Let me
без
think how to
растяжки.
aptly
Ну что
phrase these
начинается?
words of praise. You fought well.
All right then.
Слава богу.
I was thinking your inner poet might want to join in the fun, but I guess I shouldn't put you on the spot. You know, a lot of competitors came to me saying how surprised they were that Liu... And since you signed up, we've had many others do the same, with more than a few top-tier fighters among them. I'm sure lots of them are here to find out how they stack up against you. Well, since everyone sees you as the one to beat, for one thing, we don't want you wasting all your energy in the early rounds fighting people who are well below your level. Not to mention, you must be itching to... So, I'm putting you straight...
Huh? But we only just started the qualifiers. Seems like a crazy system.
This is how Captain Bэй Dou works. You won't push. Besides, at your level, you would have made it to the semifinals and...
To be fair,
All right, I'm gonna watch some more of the tournament. If there's any potential contenders for you out... We're finally here, folks. The real show is about to begin.
The captain seems to have high hopes for this tournament. I have not seen her so excited in quite some time. Your opponent has fought many rounds to get to the semifinals. This makes him a seasoned warrior. You may well be stronger than him,
Дядечка тот самый.
but this should not give you cause to lower your guard. Very well. Show me that you are ready to push through the storm that lies ahead.
All right, that's enough chit-chat for now. The audience is waiting. Go find the crew member that signed you up. She'll take you
А
into the
мы
arena.
сейчас еще не на арене, арена, вот она прям, вот прям арена перед нами. Или это арена для отборочных туров? Да, тут как бы и места-то особо немного.
Your opponent in the semifinals is new to the Crux Clash, but he has quickly
О,
become the
это
dark horse
братик
of the
будет.
tournament.
Точно
I do
будет
not doubt
братик.
your abilities, but I would suggest that you make sure you are fully prepared before you
Стопудово брат.
begin.
Relax. My girl's at the top of her game. She ain't gonna lose.
Don't worry. Take some time to compose yourself.
Нет, смотри.
At last, the moment we've all been waiting for. The semifinals have begun. Who's it gonna be this time? The hero or the dark horse?
I don't care about the prize. You're a strong opponent. That's what I'm here for. Fury. Pretty good. I'm sweating all over. It's a good feeling. Congratulations. I was beaten by the best. I need to train harder.
Ну, слушай, неплохо сражался, я бы тебе так не сказал. Там 2 уворота, 3 тычка и все, и ты готов.
Right. For a moment there, Paimon was a little worried. If you had a vision, you'd definitely be one of the strongest around.
I wanted a vision once, when I was a kid.
Ну и так и
People
забирай.
said that if you're strong enough, you'll have your chance to get one. But mine never came. I lost interest eventually. You can't depend on a vision like you can your own body. I've fought and won against vision bearers before. The power they have was given to them by the gods. I don't envy it.
Huh? You mean you didn't sign up to try and get your hands on that masterless vision?
No, I didn't. I only wanted to pit myself against other fighters and see who was the strongest.
Получается,
Only in
глаз Бога
defeat
никому
can
не
you
достанется.
understand your weaknesses and learn from them. So I'm pleased with today's outcome. I don't often have the pleasure of experiencing defeat.
Wow. Now that's true strength talking.
If you have the chance in the future, please come and spar with me again. I'll...
By the way, do you know who else
А,
made it into
мы
the
только в
finals?
полуфинале. Мы сейчас в финал еще должны победить.
Whether they'll be as tough as me, I don't know. But what I have heard is that they're extremely quick. So don't get too cocky.
Необычайно быстро.
There he goes. Maybe we should ask around, see what we can find out about our opponent in the final round.
Дядюшка.
Paimon thinks we...
Ah, it's you! I watched your match. I myself was eliminated in the third round. Shame.
Maybe next time, huh? By the way...
Why, yes. He's the same one who defeated me. He is a formidable opponent. Quick on his feet, and I faltered for but a brief moment. But given my stature, I have no fear of squaring off with physically strong opponents. But faced with still, I'm sure he'll be no match for you. He tried to use force dispersal to deflect a punch, but instead he took it straight to the nose. There was blood all over
Вот
the
это
place.
неожиданно,
His opponent
конечно.
was pretty freaked out by it. He kept asking him, "Why didn't you dodge?" But he was pretty much out cold by that point and couldn't reply. "Why don't you dodge?" they ask. Because to not dodge is the very essence of Lingshan clan kung fu. It's just that he hadn't quite mastered it yet. Don't even get me started. I spent all my energy helping him get from here to the boat to take him back to the... I don't dare tell my master about this. Otherwise, I'd never hear the end of it. Sorry, I shouldn't be complaining in front of you like this. I'm afraid I'm still a bit out of sorts.
Oh, all right then. Hope your buddy makes a swift recovery.
Thanks, I'll do my...
We still haven't got any useful information yet.
Так а чё, ну какая информация? Бери, добей, все. В чем проблема?
You gave an outstanding performance. Truly, I could sense that you're not familiar with bouts of this kind. But you were quick to adapt and managed to claim victory over Europe. In fact, I discerned this not from what I saw, but what I heard. The ground beneath your feet. in the pattern of your breed.
He's right. But I guess not using your elemental powers must be quite new.
We wanted to ask about who our opponent will be in the final round. Do you think they'll...
Not exactly. Contenders that reach the finals aren't necessarily stronger. They tend to... As for the guy you'll be facing, his skill lies in his speed, and he has superior form. It's also obvious that he's seen his fair share. What's the matter? Worried that you've bitten off more than you can chew this time?
If that is the case, then I have a proposal for you. I haven't properly introduced myself yet.
Yeah, we could tell that from your getup. But at the same time, when you talk, you don't really sound like...
It is true that I am versed both in literary and martial traditions. I do not mean to flaunt my martial prowess, but I myself have witnessed reputable fighters hailing from across. Given your talents, a few hints from me will be all that's necessary to bring...
Hang on. Don't you think you're bending the rules a bit?
Gathering intelligence is an essential part of any duel. Besides, our favorite here has fought many battles on their journey from Mondstadt.
You betcha! Wait a second. We never told you that...
Does one not leave a trail when traveling through the wild? However, there is only so much that can be discerned from these traces. I sense that... Come with me.
Да слушай, ну не начинай, а? Ну чё опять начинается? Опять пойди, уйди, сходи, пойдем. Ой, блядь, почему нельзя на одном месте все это сделать? Ну, честно, раздражает хуйня эта, блядь. Вот, ну не могу ничего сказать другого. Здрасте. Надо обязательно куда-то что-то идти, ходить, с места на место перебегать. Напишите в комменты, кто играл. Вас тоже это бесит или только меня одного? Вот зачем сюда уходить за 3-9 земель, чтобы поговорить? Отойдите на 2 шага и там поговорите.
You are skilled in manipulating the elements, and not just a single element.
Paimon knew that you were hinting at something from the moment we...
That's right. If the other contenders were to catch wind of your elemental ability, if I'm not mistaken, you share these considerations, given your reluctance to... When I talk about that which I see or hear in you, this is... Since a young age, I have been attuned to the tidings of nature. It is things of this nature that I also hear from...
As crazy as all that sounds...
My humble abilities are negligible compared to your incredible... To think a human could wield the elements without a... And not to mention your incredibly
Hey, stop evaluating us!
Could you perchance enlighten me as to how you managed to obtain your combined elemental abilities? So then, might I be so bold as to inquire how exactly it is that you learn to channel elemental energy and even wield it in combat?
It's nothing really. Paimon, it's been a long journey, and many things have happened along the way. Honestly, even Paimon doesn't understand how it all works.
Perhaps such unfathomable things are the essence of the gods and the visions they grant. However, I still wish to have the honor of seeing how you wield the elements. Perhaps it may yet reveal something to me. Of course, I too shall share with you all that I've learned. That will make it a fair exchange. Now then, let's
Что, драться будем? Или что? Одолейте монстров. Каких? Понятно.
Leave the wounded to me.
Nice and spicy.
One with the force.
Yield. Do your worst.
Let's nip that in the bud. Engaging.
Flee. We shall prevail.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
Yield.
Ай, собака. Да блин. Вот тебе за это.
Your skills in battle are truly beyond reproach. Your opponent is skilled at controlling his breathing and maintaining balance. He relies entirely on the element of surprise to defeat. In other words, as long as you remain mindful of his ability to detect weak points, please save your thanks. If anything, I should be thanking you for the opportunity to wit. The world is a truly mysterious place, it seems.
You seem kind of obsessed with visions, but don't you already have your own? Why are you so intense?
I desire to know what meaning visions have and what influences the god's decision to grant My apologies. You must be for allowing me the honor of witnessing your mystical ways. I am willing to answer any. So that's what you're curious about? As you well know, a vision hunt decree is currently underway in Inazuma. Visions are a gift bestowed by the divine. People that have accepted this gift are now having their visions confiscated inexplicably. Sometimes in circumstances that leave their original recipients dead. In the outset, supposing each of the 7 archons had their criteria for granting visions to living beings, then does the current Electro-Archon now doubt these criteria, or even the act in and of itself? Not to mention, with no new Electro-Visions having been granted for such a long time, it would seem that we can infer something of the Raiden Shogun's feelings on the matter.
She sounds less like an Archon and more like a tyrant.
As far as I know, she is an Archon that pursues eternity. She will relentlessly carry out her will with no regard to what others may think or feel. Liyue's contracts are meant to benefit all who reside within Liyue. But what does Inazuma's pursuit of eternity bring to its people? It goes without saying that the people locked within Inazuma do not fare well these days.
Sounds a lot like something the god you encountered in the beginning would do.
Oh? Have you encountered the Electro-Archon before? With time, we will change. But the Shogun will remain the same. If you wish to find her, she will forever be there. There will come a day when I too shall wish to understand the answers to eternity from her. Ah, the time for your match is approaching.
Oh,
Наконец-то.
We got so distracted talking about Inazuma that Paimon forgot all about the tournament.
If you have no other matters to attend to, then we can return together. Very well. Let's go. I wish to see who will obtain the vision.
Ну, нам-то он как бы не нужен, этот глаз Бога. Поэтому, что там уж. Да ладно. Нет. Я думал, что с Бэй Доу придется драться.
We can start by making your entrance first. Everyone, listen up! Your attention, please! We've reached the climax of the Crux Clash. This is the final match. We've seen many exciting battles today, and now, at long last, the 2 finalists have emerged. Now, I'd like to introduce our first combatant. Though few have seen her, her reputation knows no bounds. She strikes fear into the heart of Osile, and the mere mention of her name causes even Fatui Harbingers to turn pale in the face. Introducing
Довольная такая.
Wow! I've been waiting for this moment.
I'm sure everyone witnessed her thrilling match in the semifinals. But today's final round will surely take things up a notch. As for our other combatant, he still hasn't arrived. Oh, come on, what could be taking him so long? You can't just forfeit for not showing up like in previous rounds.
Тут точно братик придет.
Apologies, everyone just sit tight. We've got no other choice. If he doesn't show up,
Ну
we'll just have to
кого?
postpone
Нет,
the match.
какие отложить? Техническое поражение.
something doesn't seem right about this. Captain Bэй Доу, perhaps we should check on the prize. Traveler, come with us.
Сперли уже глаз, да? Куда? Где? А.
Let me see. It's gone all right. The vision is
Нормально.
missing.
Huh? Did somebody steal it? Who would dare do such a thing in broad daylight?
Тот, кто знает, что не победит нас.
We don't know when it was taken exactly. I never thought that someone here would have the guts to cross Captain Bэй Dou.
No need to worry. Even the craftiest sleight of hand does not escape nature's watchful gaze. The culprit has only acted recently. They will not have gotten far. The vision was the prize that I had offered, and it was my responsibility to look after it. I will be certain to get it back.
Well, if you insist, I'll leave the matter to you then. I'll stay here and try to offer some explanation to all the spectators that came to see the match.
If you would, please come with me.
But we're on an island. Where could he have possibly run to?
Уплыть.
Come with me.
Легко.
I can sense the winds are coming.
Так, ладно, ребят. На этом, наверное, все. Пойдем искать воришку мы уже в следующей серии. Спасибо всем, кто пришел посмотреть эту серию. Приходите еще, чтобы не пропустить новые. Ставьте колокольчик, подписывайтесь на канал. Подписывайтесь на группу в ВК, на телеграм-канал. Пишите комментарии, ставьте лайки свои прекрасные. Ну или дизлайки, кому как нравится. Всем спасибо и всем до новых встреч. Пока-пока.